wonderful kindergarten friends and family and kindergartners. I guess you're my kindergarten friends. So I just said that twice. But hello and welcome. Welcome to kindergarten. Here I am wearing my mask again, like a fool, because I'm by myself in here. Since our internet is not working at the moment, here I am, ready to make a wonderful lesson for you. Thank you so much for joining us, for following along, and for tuning in. I'm so happy you're here. I'm your teacher, Mrs. Weber, and I cannot wait to have better working internet, a better working computer, and maybe, maybe soon all of you guys here in person. Wouldn't that be fabulous? Okay. So for today, this week we've been talking about so many things. We've been talking about the sight word like. We've been talking about the letter S. We've been talking about the first sound in a word. And we've been talking about school, like reading school stories. Is this falling again? Just nothing will go right. Sorry for that. Let's just clean up. Okay, so today we're gonna continue to talk about school stories. I have another special school story for you. I love this story. It's such a good story. And I know that I say that a lot. But once again, kindergarten is just the best. It has just the best stories. So I'm just super excited to read this story for you. First, we're going to work on first sounds. Before our story, just short and sweet. So when we're talking about first sounds, when I say, what's the beginning sound of the word? What is the first sound that you hear? One way to help with that is watch my lips. And the first sound that I make, that's all you're gonna say. So if I say what is the first sound in feet? You're not gonna say feet because that's not the first sound, that's the word. I just want the first thing that you hear. I think I'm gonna try to link a video, a first sound video, and see if that will help. And parents, this is something that you can also be practicing at home, just anytime. Hey, you're cooking in the kitchen and you're like, Jane, that's my imaginative child. Jane, what's the first sound in school? And then your child's like, school? And you're like, no, what's the first sound? The first thing that you hear me say, school. That's right, that's the first sound. What's the first sound in car? What's the first sound in mask? What's the first sound in sunglasses? So this is something that we can practice all the time, even if you don't have cards with you. I didn't mean to show you my cards so soon. Oh my goodness. This is something that you can practice in the car, at home, anywhere. Outside, on your bike, in the bathtub, just quick and easy practice we can get in there with any word you can think of. What's the first sound in wall? What's the first sound in book? What's the first sound in door? What's the first sound in bucket? Anything will do just to help us get that extra practice in. Anyways, now that I'm done explaining that and I've spent the last 5 minutes going through that, let's actually start our lesson. How does that sound? So friends, my job is to identify the first sound in a word. So the first sound that you hear is the first sound you will say. Okay? Now you can see my cards. So what is the first sound in bed? B. Very good. Bed. The first sound is B. Excellent. What sound do you hear at the beginning of bug? Bug. B. is the first sound in bug? Wonderful. What is this? What is the first sound you hear in feet? Feet. Great job. What is the first sound in farm? Farm. Yes, those are the same. First we had both with the B sound, and now we have two with the F sound. Very good. What is the first sound in pan? Pan. P. Excellent. Wonderful. Last one. What's the first sound in pin? This should be easy. Pin. P. Very good. That's right. These two started with the B sound. These two started with the F sound. And these two started with the P sound. Wonderful. Hooray. Kiss your brains for working so hard. I'm so proud of you. Okay, so now that we've done that, we can move on to the wonderful story for today. Here we go. Actually, I don't know if you remember, but we read this story called Chrysanthemum. And so the story we're reading today, what is this? There's like a sticker on my book. I don't know where that came from. Interesting. Quite peculiar. That was unexpected. Anyways, so sorry. So we read Chrysanthemum, and this story is actually written by the same author, Kevin Henkes. See, she looks almost like Chrysanthemum, but this is a new character, and her name is Lily. That's right. So the title of our story is Lily's Purple Plastic Purse. So the title is the name of the book, and it tells us what the story's about. That's right. Oh my goodness, I'm so proud of you guys for remembering that. Way to go. And so put your thinking cap on one time. Let's make a prediction. What do we think this story might be about? What do you think? Look at the pictures. Think about the title. Yeah. It's probably, I would predict, that her name is Lily. Well, spoiler alert, I did already say that. Whoops. And that this is about her purple plastic purse. That might be a good prediction. And then written and probably illustrated by Kevin Henkes. Kevin H. So he is the author and illustrator. So the author writes the story and the illustrator draws the pictures. That's right. I just love this story so much. It's so good. What? What is this? Oh my goodness, how cool is that? We could like listen to the story. Like I wouldn't even have to read it. I wish I would have seen that before. Anywho, let's get started. We're already here, right? Lily's Purple Plastic Purse. Written and illustrated by Kevin H. Lily loved school. Oh, look, they're saying, wait for us. And she's saying, I love school. Look how happy she is. She even has a little heart. She's just so happy about school. Look, she's got a little purple flower. Oh, what a cutie. Sorry, I'm going to do that. It's kind of messy back there. Okay. She loved the pointy pencils, and she's like, boop. She loved the squeaky chalk, squeak. And she loved the way her boots went clickety-clickety-clack, click, down the long, shiny hallways. And so here she is going, boop. There she is going, squeak. And this guy's like, whoa, please don't do that. And there she is going, clickety-clickety-clack. And this guy's like, no running. Lily loved the privacy of her very own desk. She loved, and then here she is going, mine. She loved the fish sticks and chocolate milk every Friday in the lunchroom. And she goes, straws make everything taste better. But if you're using a straw, make sure to be safe. You know, it's best to use reusable straws. Think about the turtles. And most of all, she loved her teacher, Mr. Slinger. For you. Look at this sweetie pie. She's bringing a flower for her teacher. Mr. Slinger, he must be a great guy. I love flowers, and Mr. Slinger must love flowers, so she's bringing him flowers. What a nice little gal, if you will. Mr. Slinger was as sharp as a tack. He wore artistic shirts, he wore glasses on a chain around his neck, and he wore a different colored tie for each day of the week. Wow, said Lily. That was just about all she could say. Wow. And here he is going, listen up. And look at his sign. It says the boss is in. That's right. Teacher, he's the boss. So if I'm a teacher, what does that make me? The boss. That's right. I'm the big cheese. You're the little cheese. Instead of greetings, students, or good morning, pupils, Mr. Slinger winked and said, howdy. He thought that desks in rows were old-fashioned and boring. Do you rodents think you could handle a semicircle? And he always provided the most tasty snacks, things that were curly and crunchy and cheesy. I want to be a teacher when I grow up, said Lily. Me too, said her friends, Chester, Wilson, and Victor. Why do we think that Lily wants to be a teacher when she grows up? Yeah, because she admires her teacher, Mr. Slinger, and she just thinks, oh, wow, what a great guy. I want to be just like him, right? Have you ever felt that way? I mean, it doesn't have to be about your teacher. It could be about anything. You ever see, like, I don't know, like a firefighter, and you're like, wow, that's so impressive. I wish I could do that. Now I want to do that when I grow up, you know? It's when you, like, admire and look up to someone. At home... So sorry for that explanation. I'm like thinking that through my head. And like, she just loves her teacher, is what we're saying. At home, Lily pretended to be Mr. Slinger. I am the teacher, she told her baby brother Julius. Listen up. Lily even wanted her own set of deluxe picture encyclopedias. So encyclopedias are like these big books that could tell you almost anything about anything. Nowadays, you probably will never see an encyclopedia because we have something called Google. So, there's that. What's with Lily? Asked her mother. I thought she wanted to be a surgeon or an ambulance driver or a diva, said her father. It must be because of her new teacher, Mr. Slinger, said her mother. Wow, said her father. That was just about all he could say. Wow. And here she is. She's playing teacher. She's playing school, being the teacher with her brother Julius. And she's going, teachers know everything. Whenever the students had free time, they were permitted to go to the light bulb lab in the back of the classroom. They expressed their ideas creatively through drawings and writing. Lily went often. She had a lot of ideas. She drew pictures of Mr. Slinger, and she wrote stories about him too. During share time, Lily showed her creations to the entire class. Wow, said Mr. Slinger. That was just about all he could say. Wow. And then here is the light bulb lab. It says the light bulb lab where great ideas are born. And then here it says, big, friendly, Mr. Nice Man teacher. And that's a cute little picture. And she wrote, and at the very last second, Mr. Slinger saved the cold, starving elderly. Oh, wow. Look at, he's even, he's quite a guy, this Mr. Slinger. She just thinks so highly of him. When Mr. Slinger had bus duty, Lily stood in line even though she didn't ride the bus. Look at her, she's like incognito. That means in disguise. Silly Lily. Silly Lily, that rhymes. Oh. Lily raised her hand more than anyone else in class, even if she didn't know the answer. And she's saying, call on me, please, please. And she volunteered to stay after school to clap erasers. I want to be a teacher when I grow up, said Lily. Excellent choice, said Mr. Slinger. One Monday morning, Lily came to school especially happy. She had gone shopping with her Grammy over the weekend. Lily had a new pair of movie star sunglasses, complete with glittery diamonds and a chain like Mr. Slinger's. She had 3 shiny quarters, and best of all, she had a brand new purple plastic purse that played a jaunty tune when it was open. I wonder what's going to happen. See, she just loves her teacher so much. She just always wants to be around him. She wants to be just like him. And then here she is coming to school with that purple plastic purse. This looks familiar. Lily wanted to show everyone. Not now, said Mr. Slinger. Listen to our story. Lily had a hard time listening. So here's the teacher reading a story, and Lily's like, look at my purple plastic purse. And this kid's going, shh, shh. They're trying to listen to the story, shh. What they don't know is that shushing actually makes it louder. So what we would do in our class is like, Pax, quiet. Show me that you can be quiet. Don't tell me, shh. Okay? We'll practice that one day. Lily really wanted to show everyone. Not now, said Mr. Slinger. Let's be considerate of our classmates. But Lily had a hard time being considerate. She's still waving her purse. She's like, look at my purse. Well, that was unexpected. Not gonna read that because I'm not getting into that, but parents, if you're seeing that, whoa, I did not expect that. What do they do to kids' books? Oh dear. Lily really wanted to show everyone. Not now, said Mr. Slinger. Wait until recess or sharing time. But Lily could not wait. So here she is. She's like, my purse. And he is not in the mood. He is not in the mood, not today. And this guy's saying, she's in trouble. Yikes. The glasses were so glittery. Just how I like them. I like everything glittery. The quarters were so shiny. I totally understand that. I love glittery, shiny things. And the purse played such nice music, not to mention how excellent it was for storing school supplies. Look, Lily whispered fiercely. Look, everyone, look what I've got. Everyone looked, including Mr. Slinger, and he was not amused. Dun, dun, dun. I'll just keep your things at my desk until the end of the day, said Mr. Slinger. They'll be safe there, and then you can take them home. Lily's stomach lurched. She felt like crying. Her glasses were gone. Her quarters were gone. Her purple plastic purse was gone. Lily longed for her purse all morning. She was even too sad to eat the snack Mr. Slinger served before recess. So look, she has to hand over all her stuff because she interrupted. And he's going to hold on to it till the end of the day. And look how sad she looks. It's probably not a good feeling. That afternoon, Lily went to the light bulb lab. She was still very sad. She thought and she thought and she thought. And then she became angry. She thought and she thought and she thought some more. And then she became furious. She thought and she thought and she thought a bit longer. And then she drew a picture of Mr. Slinger. So here she's sad and she's thinking and she's getting mad and she's thinking and now she's furious that she has an idea. Oh, and look as she's drawing. That looks pretty mischievous to me. Yeah, suspicious. Like, what you up to, girl? What are you up to? What do we think she's doing? What could this idea be? Do we think it's a good idea? I don't know. And why did he even take her purse? Yeah, because she was interrupting and not waiting her turn. Sad news. Is he going to give it back to her? Yeah, he said he would at the end of the day. Let's see what happens. Oh, dear. Right before the last bell rang, Lily sneaked the drawing into Mr. Slinger's... Okay, you're still there. Sorry. Right before the last bell rang, Lily sneaked the drawing into Mr. Slinger's book bag. I don't even know. Like, this is hard to read because it is not nice. Big, fat, mean, Mr. Stealing teacher. Wanted by the FBI. P.S. I do not want to be a teacher when I grow up. And then it says, bad, claws, thief, bad. What did she do with that picture? She put it in her teacher's bag. Is that a nice picture? Is that how we treat our teachers? No. Is that how we treat our parents or our family? No. Is that how we treat our friends? Never. Not even when we're really, 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 really upset. That is not okay. That is so sad. When all the students were buttoned and zipped and snapped and tied and ready to go home, Mr. Slinger strolled over to Lily and gave her her purple plastic purse back. It's a beautiful purse, said Mr. Slinger. Your quarters are nice and jingly, and those glasses are absolutely fabulous. You may bring them back to school as long as you do not disturb the rest of the class. I do not want to be a teacher when I grow up, Lily said as she marched out of the classroom. So look, he's smiling because he's none the wiser. He doesn't know yet about the note. So he's smiling. He's giving her back her stuff just like he said he would. And how is she taking it? She's still mad. Oh dear. On the way home, Lily opened her purse. Her glasses and quarters were inside, and so was a note from Mr. Slinger. It said, "Today was a difficult day. Tomorrow will be better." There was also a small bag of tasty snacks at the bottom of the purse. So he wrote her a note letting her know that today might have been difficult, but tomorrow's a new day and tomorrow will be better. And he saved snacks for her because remember, she refused to eat the snacks at snack time. How does it look like she's feeling right now? That looks like, yeah, sense of regret. Oh no, she looks sad. And she must feel bad. Why would she feel bad or sad? Because she did something that was not very nice. Lily's stomach lurched. She felt like crying. She felt simply awful. Lily ran all the way home and told her mother and father everything. And look at, she just looks uneasy. Look how she looks here. What is she doing? She's running home to tell her parents, and she's crying. So sad. Instead of watching her favorite cartoons, Lily decided to sit in the uncooperative chair. And she says, "I'll stay here 1,000,000 years for Mr. Slinger." "Why does everything always happen to me? 1051, 1052, 1099. Look at her. That night, Lily drew a picture of Mr. Slinger and wrote about him too. Because look how terrible she feels for being so mean to him when he wrote her a nice note and left her a snack. So this is her note. She says, "Lily was really, really sorry, so everyone forgave her, even her parents, even her stinky baby brother, even her especially incredible teacher. And then the sun shined its smiley face down on everyone and everything, even the bugs and the worms. The end." And then she drew a nice picture of him. Look, there's no claws. "Listen up. I forgive everyone. Kind, good, nice. Could be the principal. Worms, bugs. Oops. I am really, 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 really sorry." And she's sitting here going, "I'm an author. Possibly an author and an illustrator." So, does this look like her last note to her teacher? No. Why? Yeah, because this one's so much nicer, right? Yeah. Lily's mother wrote a note, and Lily's father baked some tasty snacks for Lily to take to school the next day. "I think Mr. Slinger will understand," said Lily's mother. "I know he will," said Lily's father. "How could he resist my no-frills cheese balls?" And then she's asking, "What does it say?" Because her mom's writing a letter. The next morning, Lily got to school early. "These are for you," Lily said to Mr. Slinger, "because I'm really, 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 really sorry." And she's giving him the snacks, the no-frills cheese ball. She's giving him the notes. Mr. Slinger read the story, and he looked at the picture, and he read the note. And she's like, "What does it say?" And he sampled the snacks. Yum, yum. "Wow," said Mr. Slinger. That was just about all he could say. Wow. So how is he looking? He's like, suspicious. Okay. I'll give these a try. Whoa. Yummy. "What do you think we should do with this?" asked Mr. Slinger, and he's holding like the mean picture. "Could we just throw it away?" asked Lily. "Excellent idea," said Mr. Slinger. During share time, Lily demonstrated the many uses and unique qualities of her purple plastic purse, her shiny quarters, and her glittery movie star glasses. "It's like having an extra pocket with a radio inside. 3 quarters are even better than $1 because they make noise. Glamorous protection from harmful rays." So she's talking about her purse. She's talking about her quarters, her sunglasses. Then she did a little performance using them as props. "It's called interpretive dance," said Lily. Mr. Slinger joined in. "Wow," said the entire class. That was just about all they could say. Wow. Throughout the rest of the day, Lily's purse and quarters and sunglasses were tucked safely inside her desk. She peeked at them often, but did not disturb a soul. Right before the last bell rang, Mr. Slinger served Lily's snacks to everyone's delight. "What do you want to be when you grow up?" asked Mr. Slinger. "A teacher!" everyone responded. Lily's response was the loudest. "Excellent choice," said Mr. Slinger. And they're saying, "Hooray for Mr. Slinger!" That's what Lily said. And "Delish! Wow! Goodies! Yippee! No frills cheese balls!" That is a happy class. And there she is peeking on her purse, but not disturbing anyone. As the pupils filed out of the classroom, Lily held her purple plastic purse close to her heart. Mr. Slinger was right. It had been a better day. Lily ran and skipped and hopped and flew all the way home. She was so happy, and she really did want to be a teacher when she grew up. Look at, she's so happy here. She's so happy here. She's running, jumping, skipping, hopping. That is, when she didn't want to be a dancer or a surgeon or an ambulance driver or a diva or a pilot or a hairdresser or a scuba driver. So here she is being a hairdresser. Here she is being an ambulance driver. She's saying, accident, accident, woo, woo. Here she is being a singer or a diva. Here she is being a scuba diver, a dancer, a surgeon. Hold still, the doctor's here. And her baby brother's like, ah! Here's just being a pilot ready for takeoff. See, she wants to be all these things. Wow. Spoiler alert, there are not enough hours in the day to do all those jobs. But anyways, all right. Well, thank you for listening. This was a really long story. Oh my goodness. Thank you for listening and following along and joining us. Yeah, and I hope you have fun with your next activity, okay? And I will see you soon. I hope you enjoyed the story. It's such a great story. It's obviously a super long one. So I appreciate you listening and following along and tuning in. But okay, I will see you soon. And yeah, enjoy the rest of your day. Bye.